Okay, now the health department has partnered with Engen to host a vaccination drive at a one-stop station in Bloemfontein. The drive aims to encourage people to vaccinate during the festive season. Our reporter Govan Whittles, following that story, joining us now live, is currently at a Shell garage near the N1 highway. Good afternoon, Govan. What's the latest? You can tell us what's been happening.
Well, vaccinations are still continuing this side, Bradan. It's one of the busiest rest stops, and the Department of Health has set up a mini vaccination site here at this stop, and then on the other fuel stations, the rest stops along the N1, particularly as you pass through Bloemfontein, you'll see the vaccination activation teams. Those are people taking down details, registering people, trying to get the number of vaccinated people in South Africa up over the festive season. And here at Shell, essentially, they're asking travelers, particularly passengers, to come grab their second dose, come grab their first dose while they make their way to the holiday destination, or just register and prepare to take the vaccine when you get to your destination or back home. Admittedly, they've said it's been a slow uptake from the general public who are going on holiday, but surprisingly, a large number of staff at this fuel station and the small businesses surrounding it have opted to use the vaccination site, many of them nervous about what the new year will hold for employees who are not vaccinated, and a little bit nervous and wanting to get that out of the way, saying that they may not be able to take shuttles or certain transport or even continue working if they don't have the jab. But this place is also significant because it's where the United Service Delivery of Emergency Services and the Health Department are stationed together. You'll see behind me is the Free State Department of Health's ambulance. This is a perfect spot for them to be deployed to respond to what's happening on the roads. And joining me to talk about this is the head of the EMS in the Free State, Mr. Sipho Towa. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Towa. So let's just begin with the roads. Are they as busy as you expected? What's the volume like?
Thank you very much. The traffic has actually started going down now. We started having about 1,200 vehicles going through the N1 south of Bloemfontein. And then when you look at the N3, the N3 is picking up. We are at about 1,700 vehicles an hour going down south. So in this now in this area, we had about 504 vehicles in the last hour. So the traffic has quite slowed down.
All right, and what's the accidents like? Have you responded to any major accidents? What is the number of accidents?
Yeah, we've had quite a number of accidents. Actually, this morning we had a fatal one on the R26 between Zastron and Rovel, where a truck collided head-on with a sedan. And unfortunately, we lost 3 passengers from the sedan there, and the truck driver suffered minor injuries. Other than that, from the 15th, we did a count until today. We had 23 accidents, and unfortunately, we've lost 4 lives in the 23 accidents. So that's basically how busy it's been. It's quite busier when you compare to last year.
And certainly because last year we were on lockdown, couldn't have the festive season. But tell me a little bit about this collaborative effort where we are now. What are we seeing in terms of this collaboration with the Department of Health and the EMS?
Yeah. What we're seeing is different emergency services. They are united here for road safety and also responding to the incidents out there. What we try to do in the Free State is we don't want to see ourselves sending more resources to where they're not needed. So with this coordinated joint operation, it's easier to run away from duplication of resources on scene. We don't want to see a lot of ambulances where you only need one ambulance. So when we respond from here, it's well coordinated. We run it through a group. We communicate with what we find on scene if we need more resources. And we also activate our aeromedical crew as well from here as well.
Something interesting that's happening is what's the accidents that are after curfew. You're seeing a lot of people traveling after 12?
We are, and it comes to a point people having permits to can travel during that time, but we've raised it with the law enforcement agencies, so they are looking into that as well.
All right, thank you so much. That's Mr. Sipho Towa. He's the head of EMS in the Free State. So that's quite interesting. A warning to people who are taking a chance, trying to travel after the curfew is in place. But you'll notice that many of the vehicles are just parked here. Many of the staff are also relaxing here. That's a good sign, Bradan. It means that nothing is happening on the roads. There haven't been any accidents, but they are ready to respond. And while they're sitting here, it's slowed down at the vaccination site, and it doesn't look like many more people will come. But we'll of course keep an eye on everything here just in case there are any new developments, and also keep speaking to the Department of Health.